everybody, Halloween Matt here, and today I am back with my second build video. I don't know if you would call this a build video, but it's my second haunted house video of 2024, and this might be a little bit of a weird start to the video because where am I? I'm actually in my attic right now. I have a bunch of animatronics that I'm actually not going to be using this year in the attic. Those being Roaming Chucky, because don't really have a place for him. I don't really want to use a license in the haunted house this year. Zombie Swing Girl, because she's fried, and I don't really also have a place for her. Here, Buzzsaw, once again. I could probably use him in the front display, but I actually am saving him for next year's theme. So I don't want to, because people know what he does this year, then they might, then going through the haunted house and them seeing him might not be as shocking. I can't really, what would you say, control if they see him at Spirit or not, but at least in my display, I want to wait to use him till next year. Desmodus, don't really have a place for him. Dan, don't really have a place for him, and I want to save him for when I do a carnival theme, because he's he's an S-tier animatronic, so I don't want to use him now. I want to save him for a future year. Bag of Bones, don't really have a place for him. Darling Dolly, don't really have a place for that one. Graveyard Ghoul, kind of broken. Limiting Zombie Boy, don't have a place for. Night Stalker, once again, don't really have a place for. A lot of these I just don't have places for. Monty's back here. So yeah, there's actually a ton of animatronics over here. Actually, I also have Possessed Wall Hanger over there. I just moved her up here yesterday. And then this hat and wig, which if you might recognize, because these were actually on Charlie for 4th of July. I just brought them up here today, actually. But yeah, this was 4th of July Charlie, as I like to call him. These were his wig and hat, if you remember that. But anyway, I'm going to go back down to the backyard so we can kind of start the official video now. And I can show you the actual haunt progress. So, I'll see you in the backyard. Alright, so now that I'm actually down in the yard, sorry if I sound like I'm kind of out of breath. It was actually really hot in that attic. Let me know if I should be worried about leaving my animatronics up in the attic if it gets that hot. Because I was only up there for 2.5 minutes filming that opening, and I'm already sweating, so I don't know if I should leave my animatronics up there or not, but let me know in the comments. But this is now what I have for progress. While nothing major has been set up yet, I do have a bunch of set pieces that'll be going into the different rooms around here. So I'll go through kind of the set pieces and what rooms they're going to be going in. Why don't I start off with the one I have the least amount for, which is the living room, which is just Miserable Marie's box here. Once again, like I said in the layout video, the living room is kind of small, so probably only can fit her and a TV. But I kind of want that to kind of just be a soft first room, kind of just a soft opening for the haunted house. Then we have the dining room area, which I have Grim here. Just brought him out today. I have the red fire and ice light, the, what do you call those, the string lights, which I will probably just wrap around here, and then have Grim in there, like I said in the layout video, and then the orange light kind of shining. I feel like because those lights are, I believe, purple, they look purple when they were just sitting there. I'll have the purple lights around here, the orange light shining on Grim, sorry for all the background noise, and then Grim in there. So yeah, that's that, and then probably the posable skeleton will just be there in the actual where the dining room table is. Now we have the cemetery scene, which I don't plan to have a ton in because it's small, like I said, but I brought Lost Her Ways box out, Evelyn Leach, the Death Awaits to All Who Enters Here tombstone, which, fun fact, it actually kind of got broke right before we put it into the trailer. It actually, at my old house before I moved, I had it in the backyard and it fell, so that's kind of how it got broken, and I think it kind of also got broken putting it into the trailer a little bit, but I'm also probably going to have the, what do you call this? The Perfect Storm from Moore's Costumes. I'll also probably have that playing in the cemetery. Once again, I still have to figure out how I'm going to do the lights. I might not even do the audio, because I need like a whole separate DVD player and TV for that, so I might not even use the audio, but just the lights flashing every so often I think would work. So now we have actually the bedroom section, which is probably going to be the room that takes the longest, because it's this entire section here. It's this entire section. So the room needs a lot of detail, so I'm kind of dreading the bedroom area, but I think I have a bunch of detail. This bird, which, quick fun fact, a spider web and a little bit of a spider kind of lived in there at some point, I guess. I had it in my backyard at my old house, so that's probably how. Dead Fred, which is an animatronic I actually don't think I've seen many people, like, I don't think many people own it. I think I've only seen like one or two other haunters who actually own it, so I got this last summer, with another prop who I'll get to in a second. But yeah, I'll have Dead Fred in the bedroom area. Then these hands, which will probably just be coming out from under a bed, almost seeming like it's the monster under the bed that's coming out. Ophelia, who I've talked about in the layout video. Sitting Scarewitch, who's still sitting here on this chair. I won't demo her today because I actually don't know where the prop remote is right now. And even if I did, I found out last night that her batteries are kind of dying. It took me like 5 or 6 times pressing the button before she went off, so I don't want to be here for like 5 minutes trying to get her to go off just to find out she died. But yeah, Sitting Scarewitch, and then the Hauntress, the one who's not being put up in the attic. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned that. This is actually my second take of this video. I don't think I mentioned it in this take, but I'm also putting my other Hauntress, because I have 2, and Hugs the Clown in the attic. Hugs the Clown is actually having this weird glitch where he'll lunge out, then come back in, and restart, his entire phrase and his power. That's an adapter problem. His adapter recently broke. Those of you on my Instagram, link in the description, would already know that. But his adapter did break, and I was using a different adapter, which is when the glitch started, so I kind of just went a little bit off topic there, but that's kind of why Hugs the Clown isn't also being used this year, and he's being put up in the attic soon. He's currently in the garage, but I'll put him up in the attic probably some point this week. But yeah, Hauntress is there. Also, one quick note with the witch, I did put the hands right there. My dad said that would look better, and I've tried to do that before at my old house, and she would always kind of just move the hands, like when she would pop up, her hands would kind of move and all that, kind of jerk them a little bit. So I also plan to have a book in her lap, so I don't really think that having her hands here would look that good. So now we actually have the basement area, which I have a lot of detail for. I might not go through all of this, but we have a bunch of spiders. If you notice, the jumping spider, the skeleton spider who I recently got, I actually still haven't taken off his tag yet. These 2 spiders, who I'll probably just have in the room. I wanted to make it almost look like spiders have just took over the basement. There's this big spider infestation in the basement and everything. Also, why I have Spider Biter Billy, who will be in there. This bat, which I think will be in there, he might move. I'm not 100% sure. He's the only one where I'm not 100% sure if it'll be in the basement. And then this, which will also be in the basement, added detail. Its face is actually kind of falling off. I'll have to figure out a way to glue that on, maybe. Abandoned Annie, whose batteries are also dying. Not the actual receiver, but her batteries are dying. She isn't opening her mouth that wide. And then this creature, which I actually got last summer in New York. I love this creature. He doesn't move. He has a try me, but it never worked. So yeah, but he'll be in the attic as well. Or not the attic, in the not the bedroom either. Why did I almost say graveyard? The basement. I went through like 10 different rooms before I got to the attic. Also, his other eye light must have fell out. This is like my first time really looking at him up close in a while, so yeah. But he'll be in the basement just looking like a weird creature that came out of the floor. Anyway. Also, I have Nightcrawler's box who's here. He'll probably be the second to last The last being Pennywise. If you've seen my layout video, animatronic that gets set up. He'll be the last one actually in the haunted house because he's super big. And also, I haven't seen him in a while, and he's going to be kind of my favorite that's in the haunted house. But yeah, Nightcrawler's box is right there as well. Now we actually have the kitchen, which I have this knife that I'll probably have in there. The pig mask, which I wasn't actually going to use this year, but I figured it would look cool in the kitchen area. This rat, which if you've seen, I believe it was my Jenkintown store tour, I mentioned this. How much I loved it. And that's why I'm using it in the kitchen. And then the 1,000-watt fog machine, I wanted to make it almost look like... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but there will also be a 400-watt fog machine in the basement area, but that's besides the point. I also have an 1,000-watt fog machine in the kitchen area, making it almost look like they're really cooking something, like it's that bad with the smoke. And then also the fog timer, which also works with the 1,000-watt fog machine. Anyway, that's about it for everything I've brought out. Now it's about time I started moving on to other things for this video. So now I actually have started the attic section. The attic is probably going to be the first room that gets done because I actually have all the details. I didn't mention this, but I have a clown doll over there and also a mask that you can't really see that's over there. And I'm going to make this room... The walls don't even really need to be detailed. I think I'm only going to put like one attic window, kind of paint that on the wall. And I think this room, it's just supposed to be a quick room that you walk past. You know, on a rocking horse dolly here, who I just set up before filming. I can actually demo her in a second. But I'm going to have her there, and then Roaming Clown there, who I also just set up. I think I just have to put his batteries in, and he's good to go. He'll probably just be static in the haunted house, but I don't know, maybe I won't put his batteries in. But yeah, this is just supposed to be a quick room, so the walls probably won't be detailed that much either. And yeah, so I actually already am using my extension cord in the front yard. So I'm actually going to have to move her to demo her over there to where the outlet is. So I'll jump to that and you guys will see that now. So here she is. Her eyes aren't... Oh, okay. She almost fell there. Hold on. Okay. This is just not how I planned. No, hold on. But okay. So yeah, she's kind of going right here. You can't really see her eyes in the day. I could see them like crystal clear when I set her up in the room. Actually, the room where I'm gonna have Pennywise I set her up in. If you remember my last video, I'll have a link in the description to that as well. Actually, you can just check out the playlist called Haunted House 2024, where that video will be. So yeah. But she's here, I'll have her on continuous in the attic, and yeah. Alright, now, you might be wondering, what the heck is this? This is actually something that I made a while ago. It was like when I was like 8 years old, and I made it with my dad, and it was supposed to be for a different kind of haunted house that kind of got scrapped. But yeah, he'll be here in the haunted house, because if you remember in my last video also, this is just supposed to be, I said I didn't really have anything for here because this is just supposed to be a walkway area, but I think he'll be here. We're probably just going to throw a mask on that face, and yeah. So yeah, we'll probably just throw a mask on that face, probably like a zombie mask actually. Don't know what we're going to throw on this, but we'll find something before Halloween. And yeah, he'll just be here, just as a transitional period from the dining room area to the bedroom area. Something else that was done was the tree was put up last night. We have these things tied to the tree because this tree actually kind of can't stand up on its own. But yeah, we just attached the branches last night, and like I said, or like you saw, you actually did see this in the layout video, the previous video, and it was kind of just on its side right there. I moved it up last night, and we attached the branches and everything. So yeah, here's the tree. We might not even remove the strings. My original thoughts were, yeah, these strings were going to have to be removed. But I actually think we might leave the strings, because there really is no other way for this to stand up. And even if there wasn't, I like it because it looks like it's actually kind of like spider webs, especially in the dark when I have a fog machine going in the kitchen room and you look out the window. It will probably just look like spider webs. So I'll probably just leave the strings like that anyways, and you won't see like the obvious string thing here because there'll probably be walls here and all that. So, you know, I just figured I would show you this. We put up the tree last night, and before I end the video, I actually have one more thing to show in the front yard, believe it or not. So now we have this. Sorry for all the background noises, but once again, we use, the best way I can describe what we're using is the animatronic boxes also double as just decoration storage. And like I said before I started filming, we had just set up Rocking Horse Dolly, and these inflatables were in her box. Once again, like, these background noises are insane, but so yeah, but I just set these up here. We have Jack and the pumpkin. So yeah, they'll be out here pretty much until Halloween. And yeah. Alright, but that's about it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and comment what you think of the display, and if you have any ideas for this year that I might want to consider doing. You know, it's Halloween all year around here, even after October 31st. So if you want that, subscribe. And you never know what could be lurking out in the dark, so stay safe out there. That's about it. Bye, guys.